Hey everyone, TruthSurge here. Well, I guess I'm chiming in on this whole Draw Muhammad Day, Thunderfoot, Sleeping Dragon, you know, the drama. But I'm not going to really attack anyone over it. I just wanted to point out some things that seem to keep getting swept under the rug. The whole Thunderfoot video, in my opinion, was about standing up for free speech and showing the extreme Muslims and, you know, terrorists in general who go around threatening and thinking they can get their way by threatening other people with death and dismemberment, that we are not going to accept that. That's it. That's what the whole thing was about. But no, we've got to harp on one little phrase in Thunderfoot's video: "Wake the sleeping dragon." Oh, he's threatening, and no. He was emotional and what you might call righteously indignant, and I think justified. I mean, you know, are we just going to say, well, it's okay, you know, to let these guys threaten us for drawing a cartoon, and not only that, for murdering people? So, no, I don't think so. And that's what it was all about. And those people that criticized Thunderfoot, I think it was just drama. Ooh, I can get some more views, and ooh, I can look like I've taken some moral high ground. What? No, because you blew the whole thing out of proportion to begin with. Thunderfoot's not threatening people. He's basically saying, look, it's just a known fact. Everyone has limits, and everything has a limit. If you bend a plastic ruler like this, there's only so far it will bend before it will snap. I mean, everyone should know that. So, you know, there is a limit that anybody can be pushed, and they will lash out. So he was making an observation, not a threat. So I just think it's a bunch of drama. But you know, the point is, with the Draw Muhammad Day, we're not drawing Muhammad to insult Islam. You know, for all the Muslims who are not radical, who are not extremists, and who do not have ultimate goals of somehow, you know, crushing the West and all this stuff, you know, my hat's off to you. Best wishes, good health, success, happiness, and everything. Because, I mean, I've worked with Hindus and Muslims in my past, and you know, they're just nice people, just like anybody. But with every big group comes a bell curve like setup where you've got some extremists on either end. And it's to those people that our message is being sent. If it's being received by moderate Muslims and misinterpreted, then, you know, they can easily say, why did you draw Muhammad? And we can go, because you don't threaten us with death if we draw Muhammad. Now, if you're not a death threatener type Muslim, you shouldn't be worried about it, because us infidels are going to act like infidels, and we're going to do things that Muslims wouldn't approve of. But it's about let them, you know, Muslim, if you want to pray 50 times a day facing Mecca, knock yourself out. But let me not pray. Let me live my life the way I see fit. And I'll let you live your life the way you see fit. But to the radical Muslims, where that's not good enough, come get some, because we're not going to lay down. And if you don't stand up to these people and defend free speech, who's going to stand up if you don't do it? Just today, I was in the drive-through at a Walgreens picking up a refund, partial refund for a prescription for my mom. She's back in the hospital with general malaise and weakness, and I think she might even be anemic, but she's been taking chemotherapy. Anyway, I see this guy thump a cigarette butt onto the concrete, and I'm just like, you asshole. You've got an ashtray right there in your Lexus SUV. So I said, should I get out? Nah. And I was like, okay, I'm getting out. And I walked up to his window and I said, I saw you thump that cigarette butt. Why did you do that? Why did you litter? He was flabbergasted. He couldn't believe it. And then he tried to lie, and he tried to weasel out. He said, well, there's, other people do it too. I said, yeah, it doesn't make it right. And he's like, well, that's why they pay people to clean up. And I was like, if people wouldn't do that, they wouldn't have to pay somebody to come by and clean up the parking lot. And he was getting progressively pissed off. Well, you know what he did? He reached over into his seat there and grabbed a gun and waved it like this. And I'm like, so you're threatening me with a gun now? I mean, I didn't run. I didn't back down. I was like, I came up here because you littered and it's wrong. This is my country too. And when I left him, I went around to the sub shop and there was a police car just sitting there. So I went inside and I said, this guy just brandished a gun in my face. And so anyway, long story short, the cops made him get out of line. They got his gun. It was 30 minutes that we sat there. But the bottom line is the policeman was like, he could have just shot you and got away with it because you walked up to his car. And even though there's like 4 other cars there and a security camera, and so the policeman kind of made it like I was in the wrong for even approaching the guy, and that it was almost unthinkable that I would do so over a cigarette butt. But he heard my message, and he got detained 30 minutes, even though I said, yeah, I'd like to file a complaint. But the policeman basically, he didn't even let me. He just said, look, just have a good day. And so, point is, gun or no gun, who's going to stand up? If not you, who? I'm going to put some text from a really nice reply that I think it just makes it real clear from this other user, YouTube user, who did a pretty funny Crazy Talk video after I uploaded my tutorial. I'll put a link to his channel so you can go check him out. I didn't see how many subs he had, but it looks like it was kind of low. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Let me know if you agree, disagree, whatever. But I'm not trying to get into a bunch of drama. It's just how I feel. So anyway, have a good one.